If you're still handing out freebies without a system behind it, you're leaving trust, money, and momentum on the table. You've probably heard before lots of times that a lead magnet can grow your email list. But what a lot of people don't understand is it's not the lead magnet, but it's the emails that follow it that actually bring your business the real value. In this video, I'm gonna lay out for you a 3 email sequence that you should use every time somebody signs up to get a free lead magnet from you. And I'll walk through the things that should be on your landing page that are actually gonna get people to wanna sign up in the first place. Let's start with the follow-up emails. These are incredibly important. You can do all the work to create a great lead magnet. You can talk about it on your YouTube channel, on your social media, in your blog posts. But if you get people to sign up for your email list through that lead magnet and then don't do anything with them, time passes, they grow cold, they forget all about you, and you've gained no real value. This sign-up email sequence, it's kind of like onboarding a new friend. You're not just gonna shove a product right in their face or anything like that. We're gonna use this opportunity to show up, to deliver them a win, and then invite them to go deeper. So let's start with email number 1. When people sign up to get a lead magnet, right away, you need to deliver them the thing that you promised them. So the goal of this email is to deliver the freebie in whatever format you need to deliver it. If it's a video, then you're gonna be delivering them a link or maybe a video embed in the email itself. If it's a PDF, maybe it's a download link or maybe it's an attachment. In any case, we're delivering the freebie, we're welcoming them, and then we're establishing some personality. This email should be pretty short. It only needs to contain 4 main points. First one is the subject line. A great format for this subject line could be something like, here's your, and then the name of your lead magnet, and give your lead magnet a catchy name. We talked about lead magnets more in the last video. You're gonna wanna go watch that up here if you haven't seen that one yet. That's really important. But something as simple as that, here's your, and then what the lead magnet is, there's a subject line. It's gonna get people to wanna click on it because it's the thing they actually signed up for your email list to get in the first place. Then, right up front, we wanna deliver the freebie. You don't wanna bury this in an email further down. Sure, it might get people to read more of the email, it might get them to see a call to action, whatever, but people get really frustrated when you make them a promise and then make them do a lot of work in order to get the thing you promised them for free. So give them the freebie right up front, but again, we're keeping the whole rest of the email short so it doesn't feel like a big commitment to read through this thing. The third thing we want to do is we want to thank them for joining and set the tone and the expectation. So whatever the tone is that you want to use with your audience, maybe it's a very casual, friendly tone. Set that tone in the way that you write your emails, and then set an expectation for what they're going to get from you in the future. That way they can decide right now, I like this person and I want to keep getting this stuff because this stuff is actually really good. This expectation may include how often you intend to email them. You say, I typically send out about an email a week. They contain, and then obviously use whatever tone works for you, but you could say they contain useful tips and advice. I'll use as an example my new DIY channel that I'm working on. I might set a really casual tone and I might say something like, hey, I typically send out about an email once a week. And in every single email, I focus on things you can do right now as quick wins to improve your home maintenance or something like that, or to level up your DIY skills. Just make sure you set some sort of expectation that they're going to be getting value from you going forward, and that it's gonna be at a frequency that is probably pretty reasonable for your audience. And then the fourth thing I like to include in every single email that we send out is some sort of engagement call to action. It could be that you ask them a question and they could reply to it literally via email. And it's amazing. You might think, well, I don't want to get a bunch of email responses. I don't want to read all those. If you can get people to reply to an email, they've now engaged. They're substantially more likely to read your emails in the future. You don't even necessarily have to read and reply to all of them, but if you can get them to go through that action of replying, that's a really positive thing. It could be that you invite them to go watch another video on your YouTube channel or to read an article that's closely related to the thing that you gave them in the free lead magnet. Maybe there's a further explanation in a blog post on your website about different ways that they could use this lead magnet to help, to help improve their life in whatever way it is that you're trying to improve their life. Whatever it is, think of a great way that they could engage with your brand that's related to the lead magnet you just gave them, and then invite them to do it. All right, email 1 was important. Email 2 is also incredibly important. Because at this point, they're not just getting a freebie from us, and so we really need to entice them to want to click and open the email, and if they do, we want them to be really glad that they did. So the goal of email number 2 is to give them another quick, actionable thing that they can do that's going to be another win. You see, if in the emails that we send out, people always feel like they're getting something that's helping them quickly take action and win in their life, then we've got a connection. We're gonna send this email just 1 or 2 days after the first email we sent them so that we're still kind of top of mind. And in this email, whatever the tip or the action that we're gonna get them to do is gotta continue to reinforce the promise that our brand has made. Again, if you watch the video about lead magnets, you'll know about this. What's the core transformation that you're trying to help your audience to achieve? And we're gonna further give people actions that they can take right now, quick actions that are gonna help them toward making that transformation. You see, your email doesn't need to be long. It doesn't need to be a lot of work. It just needs to be helpful, and it needs to be helpful right now. For this, one easy way to do this is to create a short video or maybe link to some other bonus resource that goes into depth on whatever it is. Maybe I make a short video for my DIY home repair channel that's, here's a 2-minute trick to silence any door hinge. And then I go link to a video that's maybe unlisted on YouTube. It's a video they didn't get access to before, but now that they're on the email list, they got a link to a special video that gave them something they could go fix right now. That's an issue that's really common in most people's homes. Now make sure that you're continuing to establish your tone and building sort of a relationship, a friendship. You wanna keep the tone consistent across your different emails, but focus 80% on delivering value. Again, quick, actionable, right now, all right? That's 80%, and 20% on personality and relationship building. Delivering real value is probably gonna do more to build that relationship than just trying to just straight up build a relationship without delivering value. Make sense? So the gist of this email is, hey, you already did project number 1, the lead magnet I gave you, that's done. Now let's move on to project number 2. And this is where your readers start to realize, this person keeps giving me wins. All right, let's move on to email number 3. We're not even gonna hardly get to the sign up page here. In email number 3, this is where we're gonna invite them to take a step deeper with us. We're gonna start by recapping the transformation that they've already started. Here's where you started, here's what you've accomplished so far. And now we're gonna invite them to take a step further. Now at this point, I'm probably not gonna pitch somebody on a $500 product or a $1,000 coaching session or something like that. What we're usually gonna do is we could pitch them on a very low cost opportunity, or we could just provide them with another resource, but that invites them to connect with us on a deeper level. Maybe here we invite them to go watch a playlist of 10 videos on our YouTube channel. Or maybe we tell them about some sort of offering we have that's upcoming, and we invite them to go check out the product and put their name on a wait list. Maybe we invite them to a group so that now they're not just on an email list, but they're in a special Facebook group or other community that you're a part of. And maybe it's even free or just very, very low cost, but we're inviting them to take a step deeper and to build a little bit more connection with us. And after all the value that we've already delivered them, the likelihood of them following through with that has now gone up substantially. One key for this is to keep the tone really friendly, not salesy. This is an invitation, much more than it is a sales pitch. Now, pro tip here for these 3 emails, don't think of these as 3 distinct emails. Think of this as a singular flow. It's like a conversation, it's kind of one-sided, but it's a conversation that's happening. It's just happening over the course of 3 separate messages. Now, after those first 3 emails, we're gonna just move people sort of into the regular newsletter. So those first 3 emails are gonna be something that come out automatically. But after that, they're just on our normal email list, and that's where they're gonna start getting our weekly, semi-monthly, or monthly newsletter, whatever it is that we wanna start sending out. That newsletter should be simple, it should be value-packed. Think quick tips, maybe project ideas, stories of things that you're working on, things that are gonna keep your audience learning and things that are gonna keep them connected to you, and things that are gonna help them to continue to have wins along the same lines as that transformation that your brand is trying to help people accomplish in the first place. Okay, now this video is already pretty long, longer than I expected it to be. So I do wanna share with you about the page, the sign up page. When people, you've invited people to go sign up for your email list, you've told them you've got this great lead magnet, what do you put on the page to get people to be more likely to actually give you their email address once they're there on the page? I'm gonna give you that, but I'm gonna give you that in a post, and it's gonna be given out to the Income School Insiders, which is free, by the way, so go check that out. I'll put a link to it, I'll pin it in a comment below. It's in the description of every video, and I'll just put it there. That way this video doesn't have to be super long. So go grab that. If you're already in Insiders, you're gonna see it. If you're not in Insiders, go join that. There's no reason not to. So to recap this whole process, the lead magnet that we talked about last time, that's gonna get you attention. That's the thing that's gonna get people to actually click through to go to a page where they're gonna be able to sign up for your email list. Getting the landing page right, which is pretty straightforward. You're gonna have an easy time once you see the checklist that I give you with examples and everything. That landing page is what gets people to actually sign up and give you their email address. And then those emails, that's the biggest part, and that's why I focused on that first in this video. That part is what's gonna get people to connect with you deeper and eventually become a paying customer. So if you've already got your lead magnet, great. If you don't, watch the video and go make your lead magnet. Once you have that, go look at your sign up page. If you've already got that, tweak it, following the framework that I gave you in Income School Insiders. And I'm curious to know, based upon that, how your conversion rate improves. The number of people that sign up, that come to your page versus the number of people that actually sign up. I think you're gonna see some real improvement there. And then make sure you've created a stellar 3 email sequence that's gonna lead people into your normal newsletter, but also encourage them to connect on a deeper level. That is where the power of this comes from. Now, in the rest of this series, we're gonna talk about a lot of other different ways that we can take blog content that we've written already and that we can leverage that to strengthen our business model and really maximize our earning potential for the visits that we're actually getting to our website. So you're gonna wanna join me in those next videos, and yeah, do it. We'll see you there.